Okay, wavelengths. Now, ignore the poorly drawn sine wave, which is what this is for anyone who doesn't know. It's called a sine wave. If you could see an RF signal going through the air, this is what it would look like. Slightly better drawn than this. Well, this is what it would look like in a perfect world. I'll get on to what it would actually look like in real life. But whenever you go into radios, and if you're looking at anything in particular about radios, you may see it come up saying wavelengths, and quarter wavelengths, and half wavelengths, and three-quarter wavelengths, and all that. All that means is whenever you transmit a signal, say for sake of argument we will go with VHF 145 megahertz. That is what's locally known as the 2 meter band, and the reason for that being is that a wavelength is 2 meters long for that radio signal. So whenever that's transmitting, the wavelength that's coming out of that is 2 meters in length, and the wavelength is this bit here, or this bit here. It is the length of this. So for that VHF, that would be 2 meters long, and that's it. That's all the wavelength is. It's just the size of it. It's simple as that. It confuses a lot of people. A lot of people get turned off by it whenever they start seeing the lambda symbols and all that coming up. Don't worry about it. All it is the size of the signal as it's transmitting through the air. It doesn't necessarily affect the range. You know, if you think, okay, well, I want a nice big long wavelength because then it'll go farther. It doesn't work like that. It's just the way that the signal would look if you could see it. And it also helps you work out your antenna sizes. So I'd said before that your antenna has to be the correct size for the radio you're transmitting, and this is why. It has to match in some way. Now it can be shorter than that, but it has to be in a divisible manner. I know that might sound confusing, but what I mean is you could either have an antenna that's 2 meters in length, or you could have half wavelength. Oh, I mucked up that lambda signal. You know what, I'm not going to draw lambda because I always muck it up. So you could have a half wavelength, which would be 1 meter, or you could have a quarter wavelength, which would be 50 centimeters. Let me just double check my maths. Yes, 50 centimeters. I had a moment of fear there that I'd fucked that up. No, 50 centimeters. So I was right. So you could create an antenna that is 50 centimeters in length, and it will work absolutely fine for that frequency, for the 2 meter band. And that's it. That's all a wavelength is. Now there's plenty more information on there about wavelengths, and I'm just going to briefly show you what one would look like in real life. Because a sine wave is all well and good, but in actuality that's not how it looks. If you want more information on wavelengths, there's actually a guy on YouTube, DX Commander. I'll put a link to his channel in the description, and he will explain wavelengths far better than I can. He's very, very good, so I would recommend going and watch that if you want more information about wavelengths. But if you're just wanting a general overview, which is the purpose of these videos, then you're fine. So in real life, a wavelength would actually look something like this. Ish. So the other sine wave you'd seen was nice, perfect, well, not perfect because I drew it, but a nice smooth line the whole way across. That's not how the real world works. There is noise, there's background radiation. If you think of how many mobile devices are out there, how many things are communicating at one time, just all of the radiation, even just from the sun. So a lot of people seem to say, oh, if you get rid of all technology, there'll be no background radiation. It's not. The sun gives off radiation. There's radiation everywhere. So even if you took that out, you would still not have a perfect signal. So whenever you hear on a radio hissing, that is what you're hearing. You're hearing all these squiggles, all that background noise. And this actually leads on as to why digital is, or can be, a lot clearer than analog. And I'll talk about analog and digital in my next one.